What's going on, everybody? This is Chakits with Simply Vegas, Realtor out here in Henderson in Las Vegas, bringing you a market snapshot. So let's just jump right into it. For single-family residents, we have a total of 4,474 properties currently available. The last time I did this video, we had a total of about 4,091 properties currently available. Right now, we have a total of 98% are traditional sales. This is where people actually have equity in their home. And a lot of sellers are now selling their home, taking the equity, moving to a bigger, better home with the same type of payment. Short sales, there's only a total of 56 short sales on the market. Now, keep in mind and don't be misled if you can actually get a discount on a short sale. It is going to be case-by-case basis and also the condition of the property. Also, you have to understand the asset manager, their job is to get as much money as they can for the bank. So the asset manager understands that the market out here is hot. So here's the thing, if you go under a short sale, you may not get that property. So normally what we do on a short sale, while that one is actually incubating, go back out into the field and start looking at other properties that you can close within 35 days to get your offer accepted. The average days right now in the market for a short sale is about 90 days versus a traditional sale about 12 days in today's market. Now, also keep in mind with these short sales, depending on the attorney or the listing agent that's negotiating the short sale on behalf of the seller is passing the fee on to you to do a negotiating short sale fee, but that could actually be paid towards the close of escrow. But why would you actually pay for extra at a fair market value on a home? Now, if there are some things that are actually wrong with the home, then yeah, you can probably ask for a price reduction as far as like carpet, paint. There's certain ways to negotiate those deals, but they are far and in between. Bank-owned properties right now, there's only a total of 34 single-family residents for bank-owned properties. There's just not that many on the market. And also, what I'm seeing is that the agents that do pick up the bank-owned properties, the asset manager is actually requesting that listing agent actually rehab the property as far as paint, carpet, and all that stuff. Okay, and the reason why is because they know that they can actually get top dollar for that home. Unfortunately, the listing agent has to fork out his own money or her own money to get that property up and running. So the only thing about a bank-owned property in today's market is that sometimes you could possibly get a deal. There are some asset managers out there that will not rehab the property, request the listing agent to rehab the property. And those are the ones that you can actually probably get a deal, but you're going to have to do a lot of rehab work. And if you're going to be doing the financing on those type of deals, you have to understand that it may not meet the qualifications as far as FHA, VA, or conventional guidelines. Okay. Now, if we take a look for single-family residents, within the last 30 days, we actually sold 3,632 properties. And what can you actually get for a single-family residence today? The average list price was actually $295,000. The average sold is actually $294,999. What can you actually get with that? 1,833 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage. Now, we did go from $161 a square foot, $160 a square foot to $161 a square foot, with the average days on the market from 11 days to now to 12 days. So we are starting to see a slight slag. But if we take a look at how many homes we sold since the beginning of the year until now, and remember, this is just only for single-family residents, a total of 17,046 homes. Okay. Now, if we take a look at the single-family residents, okay, of what you can get versus renting in today's market, the average rent for a single-family residence that is 1,400 square feet, actually 1,485 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage, right? You know what? I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. For 1,800 square feet home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage, you're going to get about $1,500 a month, and that actually increased by $25. So that's starting to increase, so that's a good sign if you are a landlord, so you can definitely raise the price. However, Las Vegas is actually restricted on how much you can actually raise your rental properties. I just got a notice in the mail from the county, and one of the things that they're going to ask you is, are you currently renting out this property to a tenant or a family member? Now, if you are renting it out to a tenant, you must check the box that you are renting it out, because what happens is they want to make sure that you're paying the property taxes on it and you're actually doing the right thing. As a primary resident, you're going to be paying a cap of 3%, and I believe on an investment property, I don't remember if it was 6 or 9, but I think it is 9 is the cap every single year. Now, keep in mind, once you fill out this form, they're going to send you a second form as far as how many bedrooms is your single-family residence, and actually how much you're actually charging in the area and how much you can charge. So you can't supersede those charges. And it's going to be based upon location and also zip code and also your district too as well. So just keep that in mind. Now if we take a look, is it really worth it to rent a home right now or actually buy a home? Well, I can tell you right now, on a $300,000 payment for a single family residence at an interest today at about 4.5%, let's just say. And keep in mind, if you take a look at VA guidelines right now, they're actually at 4.6%, I believe, on their website. I just checked. But we're going to do 4.5. At 4.5 for $1,500 a month for a rental property, your purchasing power is about $300,000. So if you take a look, it's going to cost you about the same price to rent a home versus to buy a home. Now it just comes down to, do you like the location? What do you get for your money? And is it actually worth it to rent? And that's how you kind of weigh your pros and the cons. And I always talk about this in all my videos. Now, also, one thing that I do want to mention, that if we take a look for single-family residents, 29% are actually renters, 61% are buyers in today's market. Also, I noticed that for single-family residents, we actually dropped, since the last time I did this video, from $297,000 for the median price down to $295,000. So it dropped about $2,000. Also, I noticed townhomes and condos also had dropped in price, and also the days on the market had increased by a few days. And I think the reason why this is actually taking place is because, it's summertime, kids are about to go back to school, and everybody's just finishing up on their vacation. But when the kids start getting back into school or start settling in, I think this month and the month after, I think we're going to see a high fluctuation. But if we actually take a look at how many properties we sold since the beginning of the year, we sold about 21,336 properties. Now let's move along to townhomes. Townhomes, as of today, we have a total of 290 properties. 97% are actually private sales. 2% are bank owned, and 1% are actually short sales. Moving along to condos. Condos, 97% of them out of 606 properties are actually private sales. 2% are bank owned properties, and 1% are actually short sales at this time. Manufactured homes, we have a total of 41. 98% of them are actually private sales. Let's move it on to multifamily. Multifamily duplexes. Duplexes, there's only 23 properties currently available. Short sales, 0%. Bank owned, same thing. Triplexes, there's only 7 triplexes for sale. And also there's only a total of 41 fourplexes for sale. And these are actually all traditional sales, private sales. And if you are actually a first-time investor and you're getting into investing, and you're looking at duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes, stay the hell away. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're barely going to make any type of money, and as soon as you have a vacancy, you're definitely going to end up hurting yourself. I'm seeing each door now almost running $100,000 per door. You are freaking nuts if you're paying that price. Do not buy a fourplex. I'm letting you know as an investment. It is not a good investment. Do not buy a multi-family unit unless you're getting a steal. That is just the only way to do business and get a great deal. If we take a look at high-rises right now, we have a total of 354 properties that are currently on the market. 100% of them are actually private sales. So it looks like we filter out throughout all the short sales and throughout all the foreclosures. So here's the thing. We're really not selling that many high-rises, and the reason why is because you gotta pay cash, and a lot of financing institutions will not finance on these type of deals because of the rental restrictions and also the litigations within the common areas. So if we take a look overall, we have a total of about a 1-month supply of inventory. We're selling an average of 3,048 homes every single month. And we're having an average of a price reduction now about 9% every single week. Land right now, we have a total of 731 lots currently available for sale. 98% of them are actually private sales, and 1% short sales, and another 1% are actually bank-owned properties. The average the average acre right now for sale is $320,062, with an average days on the market 114 days. At this point, to actually build a home, it probably doesn't even make sense to build a home unless you are buying probably like 5 acres and you are breaking these parcels down. And at that point, if you are actually building at probably $80 a square foot, it would actually make sense. But right now, if you bought something like this, and that the way that construction is going and how much does it cost, to me, I just don't think it's worth it. But as you can see, 114 days on the market, it is completely overpriced, completely overinflated. Now, if we take a look at all the properties that are currently on the market, financing consideration, obviously 100% of all the properties that are on the market will actually accept cash. Conventional right now is only a total of about 96%. FHA is 52% of the market share, and VA is 60% of the market share. And the reason why VA is always higher is because their limit guidelines are a lot higher than FHA guidelines. Owner will carry is only less than 1.9%. Lease option is only 0.37%. But at the end of the day, let's take a look at what type of buyers are currently out there. So if we take a look, cash buyers right now are 23.7% of the market. That actually increased about 4% from the last time I did this video. Conventional is at 55%, and that actually dropped 2%. FHA is only 2% of the market, and that also dropped by 1%. VA has also dropped by 1%, and right now is only sitting at 8.3%. Owner will carry doesn't even make any sense at this point. It's only like 0.19%. So that has dropped pretty dramatically too as well. Now, if we take a look at the townhomes right now, the average list price was at $209,900. The average sale right now, the median price is $208,000. And if we take a look from the last time I did this video, the median price is actually $218,950. That dropped by $10,000. Right now, the average price point for a townhome is $151 with an average 11 days on the market. But if we actually take a look, Before, when we did this video, it was actually at $156 a square foot. But as you can see, things are kind of on downswing, so we're kind of seeing it's starting to slow down here a little bit. Now, but we still actually have gone up 2% every single month since the beginning of the year. Condos, right now on a condo for a 2-bedroom, 1,025 square feet, the average list price was at $148,900, and the average medium sales price today was $146,900, with an average days on the market 13 days, and that actually increased from the last time we shot this video. Went from 9 days to 13 days. So things are starting to slow down, but things are still moving, if that makes sense. Now, overall, like I said, we sold a total of 21,336 properties since year to date. Now, if we take a look at the rental sector right now, on the rental sector right now, we have less than a total of about 2.5 weeks of supply of inventory for the rental markets. And it seems like condos and townhomes and also single-family residents, the average days right now is about 7 days. Things are actually moving pretty quickly. This is where people are kind of teeter-tottering back and forth, and a lot of people are actually working on their financing to get a home. Also, what I've noticed is that there's been a high fluctuation of people from California moving on out here. I would say now I'm going to think about probably about 60% of my clients now are actually from California. And right now maybe about 38% are actually from the East Coast. And it's the same old story. Property taxes, and they're just getting cracked with taxes. A lot of people are still moving out here. We're having an average of about 4,500 people now just constantly coming out here every single month. And we're still seeing the consistent of tourism, about 3 million people every single month, which accounts to about 43 million every single year. And I think we're going to hit that number this year too as well, to generate over $10 billion in gaming revenue. So overall, do I see the economy here in Las Vegas, is it going to thrive? Yes, it's still thriving. I haven't seen a downturn just yet, even though that we have a slight setback. But I think by the time we end this year, we're going to be anywhere from 15 to 25%. But I think we're probably going to be hovering about 19% by the time we are done and finished with the end of the year. Also, one thing that I wanted to share too as well, that certain zip codes have gone up pretty dramatically. And this is for single family residents only, up to 400,000. And this statistics is from May of 2017 to May of 2018, from year to date. Couple zip codes. If we take a look at 89110, is that actually gone up 23% within the 12 months. Isn't that amazing? Another zip code, 89121, has gone up 25%. And another zip code, 89103, which is in the Spring Valley area right next to the Raiders Stadium. And I think this is the reason why it is going up. It's actually gone up 20%. And for all you people that always call me, and the first place you guys always think of is actually Summerlin. Summerlin really only has 3 zip codes: 893, 89114, 89134. Okay. This zip code here. Oh, also one more zip code: 89135. Okay. 89135 has only actually gone up 1%, and the reason why is because it's such a big zip code, and it's actually a new area, so it's still actually growing. However, if we take a look in the heart of Summerlin of 89138, it actually has gone up 21%, believe it or not. 21% up in the Summerlin area. Unfortunately, what you're paying for is the location and almost the name brand and recognition of living in Summerlin. If that is the case, you're probably better off going out and looking at every other zip code, because Summerlin is not the only best place to live. So just keep that in mind. Also, I've noticed that for brand new homes, right now the median price point for a brand new homes with all the finishings, if you're just entry level, it's about $450,000. Now keep in mind that you're probably going to be spending anywhere from 15 to 25% now on structural upgrades and also your option. Unfortunately, you're going to have cash out of pocket versus on a resale. You'll come out less out of pocket and you won't have to worry about paying fair market value. However, I always tell my clients this with the pros and cons. New homes versus resale homes. Resale homes, if you buy a resale and you decide that you want to put it back on the market, it is worth the fair market value. Unfortunately, if you buy a brand new home, you're probably going to have to sit in that home for a couple years just to break even. Guys, that's all I have today. I'm Chakits Krulsawat with Simply Vegas. Oh, one more thing. If you have not subscribed to this channel and you guys love the content, please subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification button for me. Okay? Other than that, I'm Chakits Krulsawat with Simply Vegas, realtor out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, looking to earn your business. Have a great day.